Hi everyone, this is Ronnie, and I wanted to respond to a comment that was on a video, I think, and it's from someone that's watched a lot of my videos and commented, Simon, and Simon was saying that he felt like I had a fear of not eating, because I guess I'm not very positive about fasting and all that kind of stuff, and he said it was maybe around a fear of not eating and all that, and I totally understand that people can go without food for long periods of time. I have no illusions about that. I've seen that. I know people that have done that. This isn't new to me. I get it in dry fasting as well. I get people want to go without water and food, and I don't think it's a good idea, but I know that people can go quite like longer than 3 days doing that. I really don't think it's a good idea, but people do it. I don't think actually that kind of thing, especially I don't think dry fasting really has anything to do with health. I don't think people often with fasting in general. I don't really think health is their goal a lot of the time. For the vast majority of people, there's a lot of people in the hospital that should be fasting. But I'm telling you, if you went to a lot of fasting places, you would not find particularly sick people there. Weirdly enough, you really won't. And I used to see pictures of fasting retreats, and it was all people in there, it was all young people and stuff. I don't understand why there was so many young people there. But anyway, regardless of all that, to me, some of that is about an extremism mindset, kind of taking things to the limit. I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on in people's heads when they want to do that kind of stuff. And I don't necessarily think it's a great idea to try and take things to extremes like that, where you're putting yourself at risk. And the same with long-term fasting. There's no need to do like 40 days, 50 days, whatever that people try and do. There's no real need. The other thing is maybe like severely obese people should be fasting. Maybe. But it's probably even better for them just to get on a diet that they're consistently losing weight, that they can stick to and get into a real habit and a rhythm of. Whereas fasting isn't a habit. It's something that you can do for a period of time, but it's not a lifestyle, or it shouldn't be a lifestyle. So, maybe it's a one-off that you do once in a lifetime, or when people get into like wanting to do it again and again, the question firstly is, well, what happened after the fast? Did you stick to a healthy diet and lifestyle? Did you just go back to the stuff that caused all the problems that led you to fast? So you're better off getting into a diet and lifestyle that is opposite to the one that caused you to want to fast, and stick to that for a long period of time. So that is your baseline habit, so that when you fast, you go back to your baseline habit, which is a healthy diet, not thinking that fasting is going to change your diet, which it won't. That it doesn't happen like that. So I don't like fasting as a lifestyle. I don't like people that fast on a regular basis, or when they feel like it, or when they feel called to. Not that I don't like those people. I don't like that idea of doing that. I don't think fasting should be something that people get obsessed over. I don't think it's something that people should rely on too much. I don't think people should be desperate to do it. Like, oh my God, I feel a little bit bad today, I'm going to fast. Like, you shouldn't be so desperate to want to not eat. And there's a problem here where you go from the standard diet, the cooked food diet, where you can't help yourself but eat. That's how it works. You're on a diet that has got lots of addictive, stimulating foods. You cannot stop yourself from eating. There's almost no one that undereats on the standard diet, that eats too little, that forgets to eat in a day. There's very little people that are in that position. People transfer to a raw vegan diet and they don't take the time to develop a new relationship with food. And you don't feel the pain in the stomach, and you don't feel some of those feelings, those addictive feelings, those compelling feelings towards food. So you feel like that means that your body doesn't want to eat. Well, no, that's not the case, boys and girls. That's just, it takes you a while to get used to the fact that you're no longer eating food that's addicting and stimulating. that basically forces and compels you to eat it. You're now eating food that you have to choose to eat, but your body also will give you a more subtle feeling of a desire to eat. It's more subtle. Doesn't mean it's not there, but it takes a while to learn. Your body's no longer screaming and shouting at you to eat. It's just giving you a subtle hint that you need to eat. And if you don't eat, you'll predictably decline and go downhill over a number of days. And then you'll be desperate to eat, and then you'll eat anything. So that's why I never advocate that people should follow their intuition when it comes to how much to eat, because they almost always undereat at first, and undereat at an extreme level. If you undereat by 100 or so calories, that's okay, but if you undereat by 1,000 calories a day, very quickly you're going downhill. Really, really quickly. So, and that's what people do. They go raw and they eat very, very small amounts, not anywhere near enough. Do I have a fear about not eating? I definitely don't want to not eat. The fear that I have, if I do have a fear, is that I know from experience what it feels like to not eat enough. I know that predictably your performance goes down, your ability to do things, your sleep's not as good, your mental clarity is not as good, your power, your energy aren't as good. That's what happens when you don't eat. If you don't put fuel in the tank, then that's what happens. And we're designed to eat. We're not designed to not eat. We're not designed to eat once in a while. We're designed to eat every day. Daily basis. Give us this day our daily bread. We're designed to eat every single day. Doesn't matter what what you want to say about that, what your guru says, what you've experimented with. We're primates. Primates eat every day. We don't take a day off. We're not snakes. A snake will go and eat a big carcass of something and it'll not eat for 6 weeks. There was a wrestler called Jake the Snake Roberts, and they asked him what did you feed your snakes with? And he said, I didn't feed them, because he would only rent the snake out for a week or 2 weeks at a time from this guy to go and wrestle, and he'd take it round a few shows, and then he'd just take it back. The snake doesn't need to eat, because it eats once in a blue moon, But that's a snake. A hibernating bear or whatever doesn't need to eat when it's hibernating. And there's different animals like that. But we're not like that. And that's obvious. We wake up, we have a desire to eat every day. It's one of our basic fundamental drives, is the drive to eat. We are driven to eat. It is not a choice. It's not a rational choice. We are driven to eat by, millions of years of evolution and whatever, the way the brain works and the body works and all that works together. We are driven to do it. We are motivated to do it. We go out of our way to eat. It's one of those things that if everyone could be tired and lying down and they've had a bad day and whatever, but they'll still get up to go and eat. There's not a lot of things that a person will get up from being tired and in bed and being happy and comfortable. Eating is one of them. People will get out of bed to eat. So it's a very strong drive. And people develop so many negative habits towards eating in general and towards food in general. And then for some reason they then take all those bad experiences into their raw vegan diet and blame it all on the raw food as well, or put all those negative connotations towards raw food. Oh, I don't want to eat at night, it's bad for digestion. I don't want to eat in the morning. I think Simon was saying he fasts once a week. There's no need to fast once a week. There's no need for anyone on a healthy diet to fast on a regular basis. And it does. It does. I know that with me doing this mango thing, some people got in touch with me and were like, "Oh, you've got an eating disorder. You've got a problem. You're going downhill and all that." So I get it, but although I'm restricting what I'm eating, I don't have any negative. It's not because of negative feelings towards the other foods. It's not like, man, I hate pineapple or durian or salad or uh, tomatoes or avocados, all those things that I love that I've not eaten for a long period of time. I don't hate them. I'm not desperate to get away from them. I don't like the effect that cooked food has on me. I think it tastes good. You know, I don't like the digestion, the feeling of it. I don't like any of that. I feel like that takes me away from myself, from feeling myself, which is a big part of why I don't eat cooked food. But I don't like have major hatred for it. I don't think, that's disgusting or whatever. Like, I I dislike the fact that unhealthier diets lead to people dying, and I'm honest about that. That is the real risk. Is damage to your body, disability, death, disease, like all these bad things that come from eating an unhealthy diet. So I'm honest about that. I understand the risks, and I understand the benefits of fasting. I do get it, but I don't think people are getting the positive. And I worry. I would always be concerned that when it comes to fasting, like, do people have experiences of eating disorder issues? That's the only thing that is in my mind. Because I've seen people that they talk about fasting and build it up in the whole spiritual blah blah blah, but underneath it all, there's body image issues. There's so do I have a fear of not eating? I would be a bit anxious. Like, I don't want to not eat, but it's not out of a fear like I'm going to die. It's a fear of I'm not going to feel as good. I'm not going to perform as good. There's no, like, if it's coming towards the night time here, and I've eaten a certain amount in the day, and I feel in myself, and I say, like, am I going to be able to? Can I last without any food? And it's not that can I survive. Obviously, I can survive, but I'm thinking about, will I feel good at night? Will I feel satisfied? Will I feel happy to sleep? Will my sleep be good? You know, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So I hope that sort of makes sense. I think it's the best way. I know it's not the fast way, like maybe fasting is the super fast way to have some experience. That's the other thing. I feel like a lot of people are using these experiences to try and change their state. You want to change your state. You want to fast and feel high or different or lighter or whatever, instead of just getting consistent with where you're at on a raw vegan diet. And it gives you a consistency and a solid foundation. And a lot of people struggle with that, I think. And they like the ups and downs and the swings and the emotional weirdness and oh, I'm freaking out. They like those feelings. Well, get your feet on the ground. You know, some of you as well, a lot of people have had backgrounds of substance abuse, alcohol, drugs, whatever. You know, when some people talk about their detox symptoms, like, well, yeah, maybe if you've got stuff like that coming out of your system. I don't have a history of medication. I don't have a history of antidepressants. I don't have a history of marijuana abuse, drug abuse, ayahuasca, all that. I don't have any history of that. So maybe my detox was easier. Maybe a lot of you are getting LSD coming out of the system and all that. But you shouldn't be putting yourself in these vulnerable states all the time. You know, taking all the food out of your diet for a while so that you kind of freak out, the rest of your life just falls apart. Like, and if you had like some real big responsibilities in life, are you gonna want to fast while you're doing that? You know, if you've got, you know, I don't know, some lives depend on you. If you're a firefighter and you're going to jump into a building to save some lives, do you want to have been fasting for the last 3 days? Like, I don't think so. I want to go in there with like, I've just had a banana smoothie sort of thing 15 minutes ago. I want power and energy to be able to go in and I'm most alert. My brain's got all the sugar like topped up, so it's just like analysing the situation as well as possible. I don't have any grumpiness or any lethargy and anything like, oh, I don't want to do this. I'm just totally on it, wanting to go ahead. And that's what everyone should want in every moment of their life. That's what I feel like. So, thank you very much for following. I hope that clears it up, or hope that shares a bit more about that. And I will see you in the next video. And very close to this launch book offer finishing, so click on the link below to check out the book if you want to get it. Thank you very much.